What's up, guys? Today's a beautiful day and I've decided to go to Petco. I want to do an in-depth analysis of their fish tanks. I get this question a lot and people are wondering what kind of brands they have, what pricing they have. Do they include stands? Do they have starter kits? There's a lot of questions I get sent regarding these big chain store fish tanks. And today I'm going to do an in-depth analysis, like I said, of their fish tanks. So let's go inside and take a look. All right, guys, so let's go into my local Petco, and yours might be different, but this is just local to me. I love Petco because they also take surrendered fish. And right when I walk in, I see a pallet of tanks to my right here. This is the $1 per gallon sale going on right now. I think it's leftovers, and they might even be granting these 55-gallon tanks. They sometimes do that at my local Petco. And on my left here, I'm seeing a lot of nano tanks. These are becoming super popular. They have some Fluval specs. We have some Aqueon tanks and Petco's house brand. I personally have never been a huge fan of small little nano tanks, especially anything below a 5-gallon tank, just because you can't really keep any fish in them. So, I don't know, but there's no denying the popularity of people having them in dorm rooms and on desks at their work. And I would maybe like to do a just strictly planted little small nano tank eventually. Taking a look at the fish here at my local Petco, I gotta say that they have really upped their game in their fish keeping within the last probably 5 years. I think these big chain stores have gotten so many complaints about the crappy fish keeping that they've just really stepped up. Like, look at here, fish under observation. You would never see that like years ago. They would just literally have floating dead fish in the tanks everywhere. So I gotta say, I'm really impressed. And like I said before, I really like Petco because they take surrendered fish, and you can come in here and commonly find a surrendered fish. All right, so let's start dissecting some of these fish tanks. We have a $1 per gallon sale tag here and a 40-gallon breeder on the ground with a $50 price tag. That's a little misleading. I don't know why they even have that tag there, but as some of you know, they stopped doing tanks over 30 gallons on the $1 per gallon. Okay, moving on. We have a nice Fluval tank here. It looks to be $289. It is a 25-gallon Fluval Accent. That is a really clean-looking tank. We have a Marineland 25-gallon bow front, and we have a bunch of bow fronts in different brand tanks. So they do have different brands and a lot of different styling. So a lot of these tanks are really cool and almost minimalist and futuristic looking. So a lot of these stands are a lot more almost I don't know how to explain it, just more futuristic. And I think that really caters to people with apartments. And this one's $130. That's a really cool looking stand, I have to admit. And it's a fair price, if I'm being honest. Here on the right here, we have a $85 20-gallon tank. That's a cool looking stand. Not sure what this tank here is on the ground. Another $1 per gallon sale tag on the ground. That's a little weird. This one's $200. It seems they don't have a lot of large tanks. I don't even see a 6-foot tank for sale here. This is a 38-gallon tank. There's two 38-gallon tanks, which is a weird size in my opinion. Then we have their biggest tank, which is a 55-gallon tank. And it's just your basic stand. I guess there's not, like I said, they don't have many big tanks like PetSmart does. And we have some more Aqueon nano tanks. We have the 10. I think these are really popular for Petco right now, these little acrylic Aqueon tanks. And we take the corner here. This is a 2.5 nano tank. And I love how they have a goldfish right on the picture. Obviously, Aqueon doesn't know what they're doing. Well, guys, I couldn't hold back. I got a 20-gallon high. The $1 per gallon sale is just too good to not give into. So I had to do it. I honestly feel like Petco owns the industry for buying tanks for cheap. And it used to be that they would do 55-gallon tanks, $1 per gallon sale. Like I said, I just picked up a 20-gallon tank. I'm going to need a whole lot of these for the store. I think it's around 45 20-gallon tanks that's going on a wall. I absolutely love Petco. I give them a thumbs up. There's not a better deal than the $1 per gallon sale, guys. So let me know in the comment section what you think of Petco fish tanks. I would say PetSmart has a better selection of bigger tanks, but they have a much cheaper variety of smaller tanks. Let me know in the comments. I'm really happy about this 20-gallon. 20 bucks, you can't beat that. I probably would have bought 10 of them right now, but they only had one of them.